Thank you, Julie. We're thrilled to give our leadership awards today to two couples who are exemplary leaders in the MDSC Honorary Board. Today we are honoring Jillian and Fran Callahan and John Campbell and Susanna Payton. Jillian and Fran Callahan gave birth to their first child, Rory, in June 1994. Rory didn't know it, of course, but he was very lucky to have been born into his family. Fran and Jillian got to work making sure that Rory felt included in every aspect of life. With 2 younger siblings and 14 cousins, Rory was just part of the gang. He needed supports, and his parents were constantly striving to find and get what he needed to reach his potential. At Wellesley Middle School, Rory was in the choir and acted in a school musical. In high school, he passed his English, Math, and Science MCAS test and graduated in June of 2013. That same year, he was our keynote speaker at this very conference. The next year, he started attending Mass Bay Community College. Over the years, Fran and Jillian have both been huge champions of the MDSC and strong supporters of inclusive education that they fought so hard for Rory. In 2014, Jilly facilitated an annual conference session called Off to College. Jillian was determined to share with our community the information and knowledge she had gained over her many years researching post-secondary opportunities for Rory. And having attended the 2012 State of the Art Conference on Post-Secondary Education sponsored by the NDSS and George Mason University. We consider ourselves very fortunate to have such a dedicated family as part of our MDSC family. As longtime honorary board members for the MDSC, Jillian and Fran Callahan have stepped up to contribute to the MDSC on so many levels, helping to pave the way for the organization to serve more people each year and to build our capacity in all directions. Without their generous support, the MDSC would not be where it is today. We are truly grateful. Now, turning to Susanna Payton and John Campbell. When their son Graham, who has Down syndrome, was 7 years old, they offered themselves as volunteer host family for the program called Operation House Call. Operation House Call started 3 years earlier in 1991. The mission of OHC was simple: to prepare medical students for when they finished their studies to care effectively and compassionately for their patients with disabilities. Central to the Operation House Call philosophy was the belief that people with disabilities and their families are the best teachers for our healthcare professional students. The unique curriculum included direct clinical instruction by someone with disabilities or a parent in visits to their home. In 2006, Susanna, a nurse, was recruited to take over as Operation House Call's parent coordinator. In that role, she helped expand and transform OHC in multiple ways. She asked for more teaching time, added the co-teacher as part of the classroom experience, and made an online class website with articles, videos, and resources, and a private forum for students. In 2011, she helped transition to its current home within the ARC of Massachusetts and worked with the team to help it grow more to schools. Today, Operation House Call runs independently by the ARC with funding support from the Mass Down Syndrome Congress, is active at BU School of Medicine, Tufts Medical School, Simmons School of Nursing, and Yale School of Nursing. As a direct result of Susanna's tireless efforts, an entire army of doctors and nurses around the state and region are better equipped to communicate with, understand, and effectively treat their patients with disabilities. If that is not enough, Susanna is not the only spouse in the Payton Campbell family making a difference. John Campbell, the Olshan Professor of Economics at Harvard University, has recently extended his expertise to the economics of living with Down syndrome. Specifically, John has been working with our own Dr. Brian Skotko, co-director of the Mass General Hospital Down Syndrome Program, to help understand the average medical costs for patients with Down syndrome. Leveraging his connections at Analysis Group Economics, a team of researchers there has been calculating the cost of out-of-pocket medical expenses for children and adolescents with Down syndrome. According to Dr. Skotko, nothing like this has been done before, and the results will have important implications for our community. Noting that the results will be helpful in shaping social policies, John and the researchers have submitted their findings for publication in peer-reviewed medical journals. If that weren't enough, Susanna and John have also been champions for securing mental health services and education advocates for people with Down syndromes and their families who need it. We are proud to present Jillian and Fran Callahan and John Campbell and Susanna Payton with the MDSC's 2006 Leadership Awards. Please welcome John and Susanna and their two children on stage. Unfortunately, the Callahans could not come up from Florida to receive their awards, so I'll be receiving the award for them. So, John and Susanna, we welcome you up with your